Welcome in, Capper's Cave. I'm your host, Lorenzo de Costa. This is our best bets for the weekend. It's our Friday show. Welcome in. A lot happening. A lot happening last night. First, if you're a first-time listener to the show, we are pretty new. But follow us on at Capper's Cave at Twitter. Check us out at capperscave.com. Not really much there, but we do put our show out there. We will have a app coming up soon that will post all our bets. So if you don't want to listen to the show and just get our bets, well, again, screw you. But, hey, happy to have you back here. What a crazy game last night. Holy shit. Sorry we didn't give any picks for that. Sometimes we wait till the last minute on these games. We did have the Browns. But, God, I feel bad for them Steelers. That was some horse shit football towards the end of the game. You already had the game won. Why Garrett had to do that, I don't know. He's had problems all year. I mean, he gets fined for shit. He's just one of those perfect guys that gets pissed off and can't control himself. I get it, the intensity of the game, but that game wasn't that intense at the moment. Would have been maybe if it was like, goal line stance or like they're about to score and, heated emotions, people getting in a fight. But the game was over. Who cares? Let Rudolph get pissed at you. Be a bigger man. I mean, poor Rudolph, man. I feel bad in light of Christmas.
You would even say it close. All of
I feel bad. Sorry. I mean, Rudolph's always getting shafted this time of year, huh? I mean, not only did he get hit with the helmet, he got pushed down by Ogilvy, whatever the fuck his name is. What's that? Was a cheap shot. That's even worse than getting hit in the helmet, I think. This guy is just... I mean, you're a big-ass football player, and you're just going to go push somebody down like that? I mean, just a cheap shot. Yeah. I mean, did we put this on Kitchens? Maybe a little bit. I think this is more so on Garrett. But still, Kitchens, it just makes it look bad. That team's already having problems with penalties and people talking about the coach, people talking about this or that. It's just bad all around for them. Poor Rudolph, though. Really, I feel bad for this guy. I mean, he gets hit in the knee by his buddy, his teammate. He gets pushed down. He gets hit in the head. How does he not have another concussion? I mean, something seriously could have. I mean, in all aspects here, something seriously could have happened here. This guy should be kicked out of the league for good. I wouldn't let him back in. You can't condone that shit. I mean, fighting and stuff, at least take his helmet off and throw it in the crowd. That would be funny. Be cocky. He'd probably get fined. Maybe a little suspension. Well, I guess he might have hurt a fan or something, so you don't want to do that either. Yeah, we can't condone that in the NFL. We like the pushing and the shoving and the fighting, maybe. And even Pouncey. Pouncey jumped on him. I like that. That was great. Kicking him while he's down. It was hilarious. But he's got his helmet on. I never understood that. These people, they punch each other in the helmets. I mean, that's better. It's better for the league. It looks, it's nobody's going to get hurt doing that. You're just going to hurt your hand. But I never understood it. You sit there, kick them in the balls or something. It's not going to hurt. This has just been escalated. But hey, we won the bet last night. That's really all that matters. But great to talk about it. I'm sure they're talking about it everywhere. It's illegal. I mean, it was basically assault with a weapon, right? They could press charges. But then again, it'd probably look bad on the whole league. You don't want to do that. But that's what really should be done. Should be. I mean, what if this happened to Tom Brady? Probably never happened. Everybody knows to stay away from the guy. But what if it did? I mean, there would be a public stoning, like, during the game. Like, the refs would probably call timeout and be like, hold on, let's put this guy up on a stand, let's stone him to death. It's probably in the league rules. I'm sure there's a whole section on beautiful Tom Brady. What to do, what not to do when you approach this guy. There is. I bet there is. It's crazy. And poor Kaepernick and all this. He's not going to get any PR now. No spotlights off of him now after he's running something this Saturday, a workout for some teams. It's probably just it is a PR stunt. Spotlight is off you, and you can blame Garrett for that. Nobody cares anymore. But I still think he might be a good quarterback. I don't know. I'd have to see his workout. I don't know. I'd have to see him in playing. But, I think he'd be a good backup quarterback to have. I mean, you get injuries every year. Look at all the quarterbacks that have gone down and back up and down. Foles, Stafford, Big Ben, all over the board. And Holmes for a couple games. It's just, you need that backup. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, crazy shit. Not even a good game. Browns pretty much held their own. Handled them pretty good. We expected that. We expected them to go on a further run here. They still got a chance at the playoffs. Maybe not really. We'll see. They got one of the easiest schedules left. So I would think they could do it. They do have to win out. 97, I don't know if it's going to get you in the AFC wild card. Maybe. But a lot to play out. But let's get to what you came here for. Some fucking picks, man. We've been kicking ass. 64.5% last week. 63 on the damn year. So we've been staying pretty steady. Pretty good. Let's get into it. First pick, Kansas at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State now moved up to 22 this week. They're sitting at minus 17. Over under at 66.5 and moving up. Oklahoma, last 4 versus Kansas. 48, 58, 44, 58. That's a lot of points. A lot of points to score on one team. They seem to have their number. It's 4-0 in the overs on all those games. Oklahoma has won last 9 of 10 against this team. We're not really, are we going towards the minus 17.5? I don't know, because Kansas, they're inconsistent with their play, and they do got a good coach in there and they could be trending up. Every other week, it's like, boom, they keep it pretty close, or they get their ass kicked. And Oklahoma State is trending up, and they should be motivated in this game, so we're going to stay away from that. Kansas 3-0 to the over, so you can see kind of where we're going with this one. Last 3 away, they all went over. All season, really, pretty much. Oklahoma 3-1 to the overs at home. Okay. And Kansas... And the only one that went under was against Kansas State at home, and they got a really good defense. Kansas has showed us a glimpse of good offense. Again, they put up 48 against Texas, and Oklahoma State's not so good on D. They gave up 14 to McNeese State, or however the hell you pronounce that team. 14. You got to think Kansas is going to at least put up 21 points. I would think. And that's probably all we're going to need, because Oklahoma State's going to be in the 40s with these guys. KU's defense ranks 126 out of 130 FBS schools. 126, that's pretty bad. Average 235 rush yards a game against them. Oklahoma State's Hubbard, he's averaging 178 a game. This guy's a beast. The Cowboys might be missing their top receiver, but they still put up 34 points last game. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think they're going to run all over these guys. And that helps us out, because in college, when you get a first down, the clock stops for a little bit. So you can keep running, and running the ball doesn't really waste the clock too much if you keep getting first downs. So we do like this game. KU is missing some important pieces on their D's. Defensive backs. Jeremiah and Prox, this is going to hurt them as well. They've had injuries to their D all year. Oklahoma State is going to be running all over them. They're going to do the same thing they've done the last 4 times. I'm sure it'll be around 48, 58, 44, 58. That's what they scored last time. So, lock it up. I'm going to go with the over 66.5 right now and moving up. So, could be a lot more. Like come game time. Next up on the list, Tulane at Temple. Ooh. +6 to Temple at home. Moving up too. What the freak? Over sitting at 54.5. At first glance, I mean, I love Temple. Just a trap. I don't know. I don't think so. Two very equal teams battling for bowl games right now. Yeah, Tulane, pretty good on offense this year. They got to travel out to Philly, though? Louisiana to Philly? In the cold? Points? At home? You kidding me? This Russo, quarterback, has a rocket for Temple. A little bit inconsistent. Throw some picks there and there, but he's got a rocket. Good for cold weather. Plays right into this situation. You know, Temple 4-1 SU at home. Only lost to UCF. You know, they've got good wins over Maryland, Memphis, and Georgia Tech. You know, Tulane under this Fritz guy. 6-16 in road games. Yeah, we're gonna take it. I mean, if it goes up and if it keeps going up, we might wait a little bit. If we get 6.5, even 7. Let's take it. Temple plus the 6 points. What we got next here? Florida at Mizzou. Mizzou getting 7 points. This is another. It really feels like a trap. I mean, Mizzou's really fell off the horse here. You know, 0 points versus Georgia, 7 versus Kentucky, 14 at Vandy. Gators can't stop them? Come on. Mizzou, they're missing some key players at running back, wide receiver, linebacker. Are they really motivated right here? They've done good in the past against Florida. But this is a completely different Mizzou team. They started out really good in the year, but just, I mean, they haven't adjusted. Last 3 games, just haven't. Why would we think otherwise? Because they're playing at home? Maybe go bowling with a win against Florida? Are they still motivated? I mean, Florida, they should be motivated. The only 2 losses are Georgia and LSU, number 4 and number 1 right now. They still got a really good chance. I mean, nobody's going to get in the playoffs with 2 losses. It's just not going to happen. It could happen, but you need a lot to happen. But those are 2 pretty good losses. Could get you in a really good bowl game. Yeah. Florida 4-1 ATS last 4. This is revenge from last year, 38-17 whopping by Mizzou. Mizzou's 0-4 ATS last 4. Let's jump all over the Gators here, -6. Is it moved up to 7? I'm not sure. I might take 6.5. 7's a little risky because, I mean, we want to say we know Mizzou right now. And if we're going to be playing by the last 3 games, then yeah, it's going to be an ass kicking. We'll take it. Game of the week? No, not really. Michigan State at Michigan. It's a big game. Yeah, I wouldn't say game of the week, but Michigan sitting at -13.5. Is this a trend train? Trend train? I don't know. 5-6 ATS. 5 of the last 6. Michigan State has covered. But yet they've covered 2 games all year. Just not the State of old. They're not. Yes, they covered the last 9 to 10 against Michigan. But completely different team. Going in completely different directions. Couldn't even beat Illinois. 7 points against Penn State. 0 points at Wisconsin. These elite Big Ten teams this year, usually Michigan State's one of them, they've just done horrible against. 10 points at Ohio State. I mean, I think this is an easy pick. Michigan is playing like a top 4 team right now. They really are. Being a Buckeye fan, I hate saying that, but they really are. They found it on offense. They've always had it on defense. I think this is a game they like to be ready for. To beat up on their home state rival. Michigan State would love to come in there, yeah, but they don't have anything. They have no answers on offense. They don't have the defense they used to. I think Michigan State rolls here. Lock it up. Lock it up, Larry. Is he coming on the show today? I hope so. I love that guy. Him and Ricky. Ricky from the Bronx, Locksmith Larry. Should be coming up on our show soon. Let's move on. Troy at Texas State. Yeah, another big game of the week. Yeah, -7. Troy, this K. Baker guy, man. 27 for 41, 3 TDs, 1 interception. Scored 49 points last game. Troy's a tough team. They've had some tough road games, though. You know, they're still sitting on the wire there. Win at Arkansas. They had to go against Mizzou. They've been battle-tested away. I don't see any problem with them going into Texas State and just tearing them a new asshole. I mean, Texas State seasoned over. They covered one game against Nicholls State. One game. Troy's beat them up every year they played. I mean, they're sitting at 4-5. I think they're motivated to get to 500. Troy. They averaged 38.5 points the last 4 games. They've been really consistent with that. Really honing in on their offense, which they've had a good offense. The athletes have been there. They've had it in place. They were expected to be ranked number 1 in the division, or number 1 or 2. But they've been underperforming. But again, they play better away. I think this is an easy pick. Let's knock it up at -7 for Troy. Wake Forest at Clemson. I was really hoping Wake Forest quarterback would be in, but he's not. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. They're missing their top 2 receivers. And when I say top 2, these guys are top-notch. They've probably scored every touchdown for these guys. But they got a good quarterback in place. But they're going to need that to beat a Clemson or even cover and compete. Because this is one of our games we marked on the board early on with the way Wake's been playing. They've been so competitive. They're a really good team this year. And I'd be all over these point spread. It probably wouldn't be that much if these guys were back, I think. I think it's at least worth 4 or 5 points, possibly. But just the level of play they've been playing without them, we got to stay away from this. I don't know if Wake's going to step up to beat these guys, because Clemson probably already looking ahead. Let's just stay away. Let's stay away. Well, next up, let's see if we can get Locksmith Larry on the line. Yeah, let's see if we can get Ricky on the line here. I'm sorry, Locksmith Larry coming up. He's been doing pretty good. I think he lost us last week, though. But the week before, he's been pretty good. Let's see if we can get him on.
The boy said, my name's Johnny, and it might be a sin.
You there, Larry?
Your bet you're gonna regret, 'cause I'm the best as
Yeah,
ever
man,
been.
I'm here.
Johnny,
Good, man. How you been? Oh, man, I've been running all over Hill's Half Acre, man. Have you? All right, well, that's good, man. That's good, I guess. What do you got any good picks for this week? Where are you going to? You staying in the SEC? And by the way, Locksmith Larry, yes, he is our SEC extraordinaire. So go ahead, Locksmith. What do you got this week? Well, I'm going to do it again, man. I'm going to go against my dogs, Georgia at Auburn. Auburn, they're getting 7 points. I think it's going to be another close one. But you know what? They're going to cover, and the dogs are going to win. They're just going to pull it out. They play tough on the road, man, against Florida. But who else have they played on the road? You know, Tennessee, Vanderbilt. Really, what's their best win? Florida, yeah, but who else? Notre Dame. I think they're lucky to be in the top 4. I mean, they lost to South Carolina. I mean, look at Minnesota. Minnesota. They're undefeated. Beat number 4 Penn State. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about your dogs, man, but I don't think they're lucky to be in. And I think in this game, there's much more pressure on them because they know they don't deserve to be there. And I think Auburn, I think Auburn rolls this. Nah, man, it'll be close. Enough you're talking shit about that stuff, man. It'll be close. They deserve to be there to beat Georgia 24-21. In fact, them dogs could roll, man. They could roll, and I don't mind. Yeah, but this is the show. This is the show that we want the cover. So if you're picking Auburn in 7, you telling us that they're going to roll, we don't want that. I mean, truthfully, I think Auburn's going to roll, yeah, but nah, man, it'll be all right. It'll be all right, man. They got it. They'll be at home. It will be probably close, but I got to root for my dogs, Either way, it's a win-win. Wait. I feel like you should be talking up Auburn more, but, yeah, man, I just can't do that. I hate that fucking team, man. 2 losses, man, away, LSU and Florida. I'd love nothing more than take them out, man. Well, I hear that. So let's kick it over. We got let's see how Ricky feels about that. Ricky, you there? He says no. He said wrong fucking song, man. There we go. You there, Ricky?
Yeah, I'm fucking here, man.
Good. So I just want to ask you, I'd like to go over, I'll let you, kind of take a look at his pick before you give out yours. But I just, we'll get to yours later, because I believe you usually like to do a lot of the NFL, and I believe you're going to give us an NFL pick. But what do you think about the Auburn game?
Every fucking time, this guy, he has a stupid fucking angle, because he ain't making a bet.
Boy, man, you sound confused. You sound as confused as a fart in a fan factory, man.
See what the fuck I'm talking about? I tell you, man, that fucking guy. But hey, I do like that Auburn pick, okay? These guys, they run up, they run down the field. They got big guys. They got big fucking guys. And I like it. I like this Auburn team, man. They can do it at home.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. All right, well, we got an agreement. I think all of us are in agreement. We do like Auburn at home. Both teams, I believe, are in a pressure situation. But yeah, you guys, I know you guys are always going back and forth, but, that's the way it goes here. But you guys are actually in agreement.
Well, I still don't fucking agree with them all the fucking time. But
hey, man, I bet you couldn't find your ass with both hands in your back fucking pocket, man.
That's it, man. That's fucking it. I can't fucking take this guy anymore. Do I have to be on this show all the fucking time when he's on it?
Hey, man, calm down, man. We're just having fun here, man. We're just kicking back and having some fun. Yeah, guys, come on. All right. Yeah, we are having some fun, though. Ricky, calm down. Everybody calm down. It's all good. So Auburn sounds like a good pick. Let's lock it up. Let's lock it up, guys. All right. Locksmith, I hope you stay on the show. I might ask you a few other things if you want to stay on the line for us. That'd be great. And Ricky, and we'll talk to you here soon in a little bit. But let's get over to see if we have any other picks for the college football. Ohio State at Rutgers. I don't see why we don't just take this. I mean, this is another trend train that we have to hop on. We should ride that train. Buckeyes are 9-0 ATS, except for the first game. It's 52.5 points, but it's Rutgers. They should do this without half of their offense on the field. And they got to stay. They got to stay around that number. They have to. They want to stay in that playoff race. They're not going to let up on this game. Rutgers has nothing. Yeah, they might be motivated to try to beat the number 2 team, but at home, they'll be excited the first 2 minutes of the game until we score a touchdown. Go Bucks. Lock it up. We'll take the 52.5. Yeah, we got a lot of bets here, Play more, you win more. Is that how it works? Next up, Louisville at NC State. NC State getting 4 points. NC State's a mess. They've lost 3 in a row. They can't cover. Injuries all over the place. Can't put up points. Excuse me. This Louisville team, they're not that bad. I mean, they're 5-4 in the year. Nobody expected them to have a winning record, probably. They've been up and down, though, and more consistent on O, though. Beat up Miami. But Miami's... I'm sorry, they got beat up in Miami. But Miami's been on our board for trending upwards lately. They've been playing really good. We think they have the pieces in place there. And they've been playing good towards the end of the year. So we're not going to look so much at the last game. But the odds makers don't know what to do with this game, I don't think. That's why we like them. These close spreads in all these games, you know, they were getting 24 at Clemson. It's got to be probably the lowest all year that Clemson's faced. I don't think the odds like them that much. The odds makers don't. I mean, they did, but I think they've had to drop them off a little bit this week, especially. I mean, 4 against a pretty crappy team in NC State. I think we got a favorable number at 4. I think it's probably going to stick there. You know, Ricky, you guys got any thoughts on this bet?
Yeah, man, NC State sucks fucking balls this year. I like it.
Yeah. It ain't the SEC, Locksmith, but, do you have any thoughts on this game? Yeah, that's right there, man. It ain't the SEC, so I don't fucking watch it, man. I don't know. All right, well, I appreciate your opinion on it. Let's move on. What do we got up next? We get into the NFL next? Yeah, let's move on to the NFL. What are we gonna start with? Carolina minus 4.5 points. Atlanta off a surprising win. Carolina off a tough loss, but they look pretty gritty, look pretty strong. Atlanta's second in passing yards per game with 2 fucking wins. I don't know how they're doing that. Pretty shitty. I mean, the Sharps are on Atlanta. Atlanta's 3-0 SU ATS the last 3 versus Carolina. They've owned them. 6-1 ATS in the last 7. What? They've covered their last 2. I'm sorry, 6-1 ATS the last 7 versus Carolina. They've covered their last 2 against 2 tough teams, Seattle and New Orleans, and they won one of them. Are they playing better? I don't know. This is a tough one to choose. Carolina wins by an average this year of 10.5 points a game. Losing by 13.7. They got a big margin on each side of them. Are we in for a close game? Is Carolina going to have that close game finally? I mean, they are the cardiac cats, but they really haven't been that way. Last week was. But again, it still was an 8-point game, but they had a chance at the end. Wait. Matt Ryan's still questionable for his ankle? He didn't practice yesterday? Well, if he's out, we're all over Carolina. Because I know Freeman's out. If he's out, let's keep a close watch at this one. If he is, yeah, we're all over Carolina. But if he's not, if he is playing and he's close to 100% healthy, this could very well be a close game. Up next on the board, Houston at Baltimore. NFL game of the week? Maybe. There's a couple other good ones out there, but this is going to be one to watch. Could be fireworks. High score, sitting at -4 for Baltimore at home. Over under 51. Yeah, could be a high-scoring game. Houston is covered now 4 or 5. 4 out of the last 5 away. Won 3 of them. Both losses were close. Baltimore covering at home. Nope. 1-3 ATS. They lost to Cleveland at home. Made it close with Arizona. Texas sitting at 5-1 ATS now in November. 4-1 off the bye week ATS. Ravens 1-6 the last 7 home games. I mean, it's just come down to the coaching. I mean, both teams are 4-0 to the over in November. Sorry, we're going back to the over-under. So we're looking at both of them in this game. Both of them. Both teams in November. They start playing, I guess. It's a coaching thing. Start opening up the offense maybe a little bit more. With Watt out, is Houston's defense that spectacular anymore? No. I mean, is Baltimore's defense what it used to be? They got a good defense in place, but it's nothing like the past. I think they're more focused on the offense. I think both teams are. It's going to be an explosive game. All eyes are on Lamar right now and Baltimore. So I don't think there's any pressure on, a tough team like Houston. We like a shootout. We want to double pump this bad boy. Houston, +4. Over the 51. Lock that shit up. Next up on the board, Denver at Minnesota. Minnesota -10, over under 40. This is a scary game. Scary game. Denver off a bye week. And a nice win. Not the greatest win, but a nice win with a new quarterback in place. Haven't seen enough of this QB, Allen. Minnesota could be looking ahead at Seattle, but they got a bye week up next. So they could be motivated to get a win here before the break. I think this is a stay away game. Double digits, hard to take. I mean, the way Minnesota's been playing, they've been unstoppable on both ends of the field. They've been great. So I'm a little worried, Denver coming off a bye. They do have a good defense in place. Where's their O? I don't know. We're not playing it. Next up on the board, Buffalo at Miami. Miami getting 6.5 points at home. All over this one. I think this is a great buy right now. Markets went down on Miami. Good. Because they've been covering and they've been winning when you're giving them 17 fucking points. That's a big drop-off from a 17-point spread last game between these two just a few weeks ago, and now down to 6.5 because it's home. That's strange, but yet Buffalo still had a chance to cover that 17 points at the very end. They won by 10. I think Buffalo's got a lot to prove on offense, and if you watch these games closely, which I do, last game they moved the ball up and down the field. They could have scored more points than they did. It just didn't happen, but I see them progressively getting better on offense, and I think it's a game that they're on the hot seat because of this, and then they blow it up because, you know what, on the other end, Miami, I don't think they want to win. The players do, but the owner doesn't. The owner says, hey, let's hit the brakes, man. We're winning too many games. We want this Burrow guy. We want this fucking Macaulay Culkin. We want him. We want him. Let's hold on the brakes. I mean, really, can they do anything? I mean, Fitzmagic has his couple of games where he's decent. I wouldn't be surprised if they throw another quarterback in here just to make sure they lose. I mean, you got Blage at backfield now without Drake in there. I think this is one. They're coming off a win. They're going to get blown out here. I mean, Buffalo 4-1 SU, 3-2 ATS, last 5 against them. They scored the highest points of the season against Miami. I think they're going to score even more. Again, Miami, not trying here. Buffalo, -6.5. Let's take a look at some other games here. Jacksonville, Indiana. This might be a stay away. It's looking like -2.5 and moving up for Indy. 43.5 over under. Brissett's back. Foles back. Indy off of 3 losses, so they're going to be tough. Going to be motivated. Is there pressure on Foles? With the old mustache sitting on the bench now? Maybe. I don't know. This guy's he does well under pressure, as you've seen. He is Mr. November. He could come out firing here. Vinatieri on the other end, is he done? They can't make a fucking field goal for his life. I think it's going to be a grunge match. It's going to be a tough, close game. We'll take it if it goes to 3 for Jacksonville. But both teams have several injuries. But still, I think this is going to be a tough game. It always is. These guys always play close. Getting 3.5. We'll take the points, whichever team. I think Foles being back. Again, we don't know how he's going to play off the injury. Same with Brissett. So I think it's a stay away. Let's stay away from it. Next up, Jets, Redskins. Yeah. Again, I think I do this for all the Jets games. But if you watch last week's game, New York Giants, it was pretty explosive. A lot of points. Exciting. But I still didn't watch it. Jets off. Yeah, they are off a nice win. Adam Gase secured his position supposedly by the team. Said he's good to go for this year and next year. Both teams do want good draft picks, I gotta imagine. But this one could be a lean on the over 38.5 points here. Let me explain. These guys might air it out. Haskins, both teams, they both got big arms. They need to get reps with both these guys on all their throws, on all the throws out there. I think they need to get a lot of reps. It's going to be like a practice game. I mean, both have potentially their franchise quarterbacks in Haskins and in Darnold. I think this is a good number, good spot, because the markets don't like it. They think because, Washington scored 9 points last game, 9 and 0. Last 3, but let's dig into those games. They were at Buffalo. 9 points. Buffalo, good defense, at home. First game, Haskins started. Typical. And then where did they go from there? Okay, Minnesota, right? 9 points against Minnesota. Same thing. At Minnesota, tough defense, tough team. Makes sense. 0 points at home against San Francisco. It was a fucking hurricane there. So, justifiably, that all makes sense. Okay. I think they're going to be poised to really work on their offense this week. They don't even care about the defense. They don't care about winning games right now. They're going to focus on offense because that's what they have to do moving forward. And I think they give Haskins a chance here to air it out. And when you air it out, it doesn't mean he's necessarily going to do good, but it stops the clock. Interceptions come up, better field possession. And then they get down by a certain couple of touchdowns, and they have to start throwing. They were off a bye week. I think this is good for the crowd. It's good for the NFL. They want points. And just put up 34 in their last game. And they got a lot of injuries on defense. So this 38 seems like an easy pick here. 38.5. Let's lock it up there, Larry. Dallas at Detroit. This is an easy. No Stafford. Dallas rolls. 28-7. I mean, take it before it goes up. No Stafford. Dallas rolls. I'm done with that one. No Stafford. Dallas should roll. Playing in a dome. They love playing in domes. They'll be all right. New Orleans at Tampa Bay, minus 5.5, over under 49.5, and going down? What? Probably a little risky here with the way they played against Atlanta. Maybe that's what the market is on right now. Got to think they're going to come out firing again, though. Tampa Bay does have a good run D, but they have a terrible pass D. That's great. That's great. Tampa Bay 7-2 to the over this year. They have the top 2 receivers in the league. They have 2 top receivers in the top 5. Goodman and Evans. Goodwin. Who's number 1? Oh, Michael Thomas from New Orleans. Winston's the number 3 passer in yards this year? Again, the New Orleans level of play last week, and they do have a good D. We might want to wait if it does go up or down. I have to think Sean Payton's going to come out here. He's an offensive coach. He's got to have an explosive plan this week. And Winston's sitting on the hot seat. He's got to come out firing. But this New Orleans team that we thought was going to be great this year, they've been up and down. They only scored 9 points against the LA Rams. 12 against Dallas. They did win that game, but 13 against Jacksonville, and they did win that game. Very inconsistent, though. You think they should be dominating these teams, or at least scoring a lot of points. So they've been a little different. They made a little more adjustments, more on defense maybe, but still, you're playing a team like Tampa Bay, coming off a loss like that. Tampa Bay 7-0 to the over the last 7. I mean, are we hopping on that train? I don't know why it is going down, though. Sharps must be putting money on it. We're going to wait on this one. We're not going to give you that full bet yet, but we will wait. If it goes down to maybe 49 even or even 48.5, I think we got to be all over this. Some games that we're not playing. Arizona at San Francisco. San Fran -10. Yeah, probably a bounce back game for San Francisco, but we'll see. I mean, this is no bet. I mean, Arizona's very similar to Seattle, but I mean, nowhere near what they are. But again, same type of offense, so I'm sure San Francisco's made the adjustments. Very similar. I think it's similar type of O that they're trying to run. I think they are doing a lot of running, but so is Arizona. Chicago, LA Rams, -6. Do we trust the consistency of either of these teams? Nope. Let's move on. Last bet from Capper's Cave here. New England at Philly. Philly getting 3.5 points at home. Yeah, we're going with the home dog in this one. I think it's Wentz's time to prove his Super Bowl win. He does have a Super Bowl ring. Does he deserve it? Yeah. I think it's just insulting to the city of Philly. It's going to be loud. Philly's got the talent. They got the coach to beat New England. I mean, New England is 5-0 off a bye week. Yeah, and everybody thinks. I think the market's going to be all over. The public's going to be all over New England. No way they're going to lose. No way they can't, off a bye. They're awesome. They're riding on their high golden Brady horse. I'm sure they're a little, overvalued right now. They got a great record. Coming off a loss, though. Yeah, I know. I'm sure, Tom, I'm sure he's hung like a horse. I'm sure it's beautiful, too. Just fucking glows. Eagles, 6-1 ATS versus a team with a winning record. 6-1 following an ATS win. Most trends now are on New England. Yes, of course, because they win a lot of games and they cover a lot of games over the last several years. But the underdog in this one is 6-1 in the last 7 meetings. Pats are 1-4 the last 5 meetings. I'm loving this one, and I think it's going to move up. We're not going to take it right yet. We're going to watch where the market takes us. Maybe place the bet at the last minute, but we do even like it at 3.5, so we'll give you that bet. Lock it up. Let's see if so we got Ricky's pick coming up. I think that's it for our picks, but Ricky, I know you like the NFL, so who are you liking this week, Ricky?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go with the San Francisco 49ers -10. Get in now, cause that motherfucker's gonna go up. These boys are pissed. They's gonna be picked on these poor old fucking Cardinals. I think it's an ass kicking, man. Let's take San Francisco -10.
Yeah, okay. I do like that a little bit. I do. Coming off a loss, a team like this, they got to be extremely motivated to stomp on an Arizona team. Excuse me. I'm going to agree with you. We'll put it up on our board since you guys do pick them. And Locksmith, I know you don't do anything with the NFL, not always. Sometimes you have any picks, but do you got anything to say about our picks, man? Anything?
Yeah, man. No, not really, but I just want to say, I don't know, I was thinking about this. I know Green Bay's got a bye this week, because I do like watching them. But, man, I miss Brett Favre, man.
Yeah, I think everybody in the NFL misses Brett Favre. We love having him around. We love watching him. He's a gritty guy. Sneaky guy. I had to agree with you. It had nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I thank you for your opinion.
This fucking guy.
Hey man, I just want to say I miss him. The reason I brought it up too, I know they are on a bye this week, but I got me a pair of his jeans. Old Brett Favre, he's got a jean line out there, man. Like jeans you put on you put on your pants, man.
we all know. I'm wearing some right now, but we all know what they are. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, I bought me a pair of these, best pair I ever fucking had, man. They're great. He calls them Wranglers. I don't know whether it's his horse's name or whether maybe it's his son's name or some shit. I don't know, but they're great, man. I like them. I just want to promote them out there. If y'all ain't ever had them before, man, but Brett Hars, man, he's doing pretty good.
Okay. I'm not gonna. Yeah, great jeans. I'm not gonna say anything.
You ain't gonna fucking say anything. I ain't gonna fucking say anything. Do I have to fucking say something?
Hey, man, why you got a problem with my jeans, man? I don't know. Hey, man, listen, I gotta go, man. Dogs are barking. Go, dogs.
All right, you've heard it. You've heard it from him. That was yeah, interesting, Larry. Very interesting. Well, I want to thank you, Larry, for coming on the show. Thank you for your picks. Thank you for your interesting view on different things. And my man Ricky, thanks for the pick.
Yeah, man. Talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Well, we gave you your picks. Let's see what wins. We'll talk about it next Tuesday. Anything else out there? I don't know. Good luck to you. Good betting. Come join our show next week. Visit us on at Camper's Cave, Twitter. Check us out, YouTube, wherever you find the show. Don't really care as long as you listen to it. Have a good weekend.